All right, going to show you another build. This one's going to be pretty simple. This is a RevOps bot inside of your Slack, built off of a couple tools, including 𝘂. So let's take a look. So I'm going to ask for an enrichment of my buddy Alex over at 𝘂. So I'm going to send this out, see how this works real quick. Click the reply. You see the RevOps bot actually has my image. I should replace that with a real bot. And it will respond in a second. And while it's going through, it's going to come back with ideally the email and the LinkedIn profile of the individual. So imagine your sales rep asking you to go into one of your enrichment tools and looking for that solution, looking for that email. And then the bot does all of the research. So you can see here that I'm getting the email. And if you're interested in buying 𝘂, you can hit up this guy. He's a good friend of mine. His name's Alex. And then he's giving me his LinkedIn profile here. So how does this work? So I have an automation platform in the background. And you can see that it is based off of a trigger. It's listening to the Slack channel. It's parsing that language, sending it to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is then assigning where to route it to. I have 3 different work streams here. You can call these agents or agent workflows. But take a look. It's deciding which one it wants to do. So up here, it's sending a message to our data store, a ChatGPT Assistant, to determine a question about your rules of engagement, for example. How long can I hold an account for? What are pages in our Salesforce? That's what I have, the ChatGPT Assistant. What you see here, it has a bunch of the files that I need for my RevOps team to store. And then I have the bot. I'm giving it a personality. You are a helpful revenue operations manager, and you're getting a bunch of shoulder taps from your sales organization, and your job is to respond in kind with specific information to help the sales rep out. That's the first branch. The second branch is it can't find the right response, so it just sends back like, hey, this isn't the right response. I have not extended this a little further. Ideally, it breaks the loop, and then it manually messages the RevOps leader to then insert themselves to answer the question manually. And then lastly, this is the enrichment workflow. You can see that it's parsing out the name and the company of what I typed in. It's then sending a post request over to 𝘂. And here I have 𝘂 with the webhook, which receives the payload. And so you can see here the payload looks something like this. Full name is Alex. Company name is 𝘂. And then it gives me the exact Slack thread. Then what I'm doing is I'm enriching the data using 𝘂 and Apollo to grab the information that I need. And then I'm setting up another HTTP post to send out another scenario here where it's grabbing the name, the company, and the thread so it responds correctly in Slack so that you can see this response here. Cool. Hopefully you saw some new features or use cases that you think could save some of your RevOps managers, sales ops managers some time by answering some of these simple questions.